Hello, I'm Toycat, and this is Q&A Saturday, the sometimes weekly series on my channel, and answer your questions that have been asked over the past week or so across my channel. This is a fun opportunity for me to once a week, go back and forth, answer the big questions you might have. And last week I did something fun, and I asked people to ask questions about either Japan, the place I'd just been, or about any of the Minecraft news which had happened in the past week. Given that no Minecraft news happened in the last week, and I can't imagine there's 1,000 questions about Japan, this time I figured why not do something kind of fun and go through all of the comments live with you and pick the questions that way. Usually I do Q&A Saturday by reading every single one of the comments, beforehand, then picking the 10 or so that I like best or I think are best to answer. But this time we'll just picking ones that come out to me at random for all the top comments. So this could go terribly, could go amazingly. It's going to go terribly if we're being honest, but I hope you all enjoy it regardless. You can like this video if you do like it because it feeds the wife and kids, and you want to do that, right? You definitely want to do that. So with that said, let's get straight into the first question, or shall we? Again, we're just going to scroll through until we find one that just pops down the tiniest bit, because Picky Red Panda, for instance, asked Q&A, will you release a toy cat or a book? So at first this took me like, wait a minute, did I have a stroke? But it's a toy cat or a book, so like a little plush toy cat I assume, or a book. And I did actually release a book about Minecraft, and I released quite a few books actually, and they all got taken off the Amazon store. Again, Minecraft has some weird issues of using Minecraft in the title, and there's no way for me to change it, it's just gone forever, so that sucks. That's like a copy, a trademark issue I guess I had to deal with, so that sucks a lot. I do want to release a book in the future though. I don't know entirely if there'll be one about Toy Cat, personally, but I am releasing one about cheap travel, so that's a work in progress as always. And also the Toy Cat is a funny thing, because both of these ideas are ones I am working on. I don't know if you know inside my brain or you got the inside scoop, but I had a Toy Cat 100% planned. I was working with a company to like fabricate some plushes, and they were like, oh yeah, we've made this really cool version of your Toy Cat logo, we'll send one over. I was like, here you go, send it to me. And then they didn't send it, and then I asked like, where is it? They didn't reply, and then the company seems to have gone out of business, so that sucks. The Toy Cat is gonna have to be, I guess, started from scratch again, so that's a weird thing. I do totally want to have one, because I think it would be a cool little plush to have, like a little, maybe like a mini cushion of the Toy Cat head, or like just a square skull, but it's Toy Cat. I don't know for sure. I really want to have like a Toy Cat though, for sure, totally. It's a plan. I don't know when though. It's like, again, fabricating, plushes and stuff like that. It takes a little bit of time, but let's move on to the next question, which comes in from, again, we have Pick It Live, FatCat3211, who says, Q&A, should they increase the rate of mob spawning on Bedrock? Because I had trouble finding with skeletons and mob farms are really slow. It just takes so much precious time. So I'll provide the counterpoint to you right here. I think the rate of mob spawning on Bedrock is actually pretty good, but it has the problem where mobs don't despawn, so you end up with mobs that are trapped there forever. So yeah, I quite like it right now. I wish there was a way to increase it in certain areas. Maybe the difficulty option should increase mob spawning. Maybe there should be an item that does that. I do think that when you want mobs to spawn, they're a bit too slow, and when you don't want mobs to spawn, they just kind of like collect because you don't kill them. So there's issues with mob spawning, I would say for sure, but I'm okay with less mobs because I don't want mob spawning everywhere, but that's just me. Let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Manx Ninja Pig, who says, Q, do you think that Minecraft would have survived if all the mobs were in the same style as Beast Boy, Black Steve, Steve, and Rana? So if you don't know those 4 things he's talking about, let me show you them on screen, or let the magic editing job show them on screen. So yeah, this is Black Steve. This is Beast Boy, Black Steve, Steve, and Rana. Look how wonderful and lovely they look. So again, this was a really old removed feature from Minecraft. They were only added for one update, and they were going to be the mobs in Minecraft. Would Minecraft have done well with those 4 mobs? Probably, but I don't think anywhere near as well, because the aesthetic they were going for when the guy, I forget his name, but when the guy was in charge of actually doing this stuff, when he was in charge, the aesthetic they were going for was not quite as Minecrafty and universally pleasing. I think the big problem with those is they appeal mostly to, it's cartoony, it makes you think like, oh, this is a kid's game or whatever. And I think one of the key things Minecraft has done well is being a game for all ages. I think they're doing questionably well at keeping that going, but it is something that Minecraft has, the fact that anyone of any age can play Minecraft is wonderful, and the fact that they might have made it look less like that could have done some bad, or maybe not. Maybe Minecraft was going to be successful no matter what because the idea was amazing. But I'm a big believer in, like, there's a lot of chance and luck in a lot of these things, and maybe that would have ruined some of it. But that's just me. Let's move into the next question, which comes in from, no, that's how do you play I have no hands. There's background gameplay, or I'm playing with my feet. You can pick whichever theory you like better. Either maybe I played before, or maybe these things, like, you don't, I might not even have a bomb half my body. What do you know? I could just be a little cyborg, a cyborg or a puppet that's being controlled. Who knows for sure? But, you can pick your own theory on that one. I'm just saying, maybe it's the background gameplay theory. So, with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from Nevervlogs. So, again, I'm just reading, like, Q&A and then, like, actually a question at the end. Q&A, I have seen programs that convert Java worlds to MCPE. Do you think that'll be built into the game in the next update? So, yeah, there is almost certainly going to be a Java to Minecraft Bedrock converter. There are reasons for believing this, and again, although I haven't made a video on it because it's been hard to lock down perfectly. There is almost certainly going to be a Java to Bedrock converter that's officially sanctioned at some point. There are game files that indicate that, and again, I think it's really interesting. So if you're curious, there's three kind of worlds you can convert to Bedrock. There's like Bedrock, there's console Bedrock, and there's going to be Java Bedrock. There are folders for Java to Bedrock, but there's no actual stuff there yet. And given that the stuff does exist elsewhere, it seems almost certain that it will be built into the game at some point, given that Minecraft Windows 10 is the version they're pushing. But that's just my take on things. You know, I'm just a internet cat, who knows for sure. But let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Reckless Epic Wrecker Epicness. Wrecker Epicness, you know, that's a nice name, who says, Q&A, if you had the chance to add anything to the game, what would you add? So, one feature to the game, I only got one shot, can't miss my chance to blow it. New types of caves, obviously, if I can't pick that because it makes the commenters angry that, you're just talking about the thing that you believe in too much, Toy Cat. Why are you mentioning unique ideas rather than... No, I get upset when people tell me not to talk about the cave update. So cave update, new ores, new mining, new... Anyway, there we go. We made them go away now. So what would I actually add? I think if I couldn't pick anything like that, I think it'd just be something like, you know, I'd really love to have some new boss, some huge new boss, or some new big feature to go after, because I personally love the adventuring side of Minecraft, and I feel like it's a little neglected, but that's just my opinion. There's a lot of wonderful things you can do in current Minecraft, but as someone who likes to adventure and explore, I felt the need to do that in some time. I'd love a new reason to do that. So with that said, let's move into the next question. Again, I'm like vaguely reading through them as we go here, which comes in from XX Jordan Cherry XX. That's a weird name, I think, or maybe it's just his actual name. Maybe it's that. So Q&A, what update would you personally love to see? For example, I would love to see a villager update. So if I could pick the name of an update, you know where this is going, right? You already know what I'm gonna say. So, like, do I need to say cave update? I need to say cave update. If I could pick an update that I would personally see in Minecraft, I'd make it the cave update. But no, if I had to pick any other update, I love the idea of a villager update. They basically hinted they are going to be overdoing villagers. But again, maybe a biome update. Maybe make the end a even more interesting place. Maybe add a new dimension entirely. Again, we go back to my previous point, the adventuring update, the exploration update. Give some reason to travel 10,000s of blocks besides just new biomes, because having played Minecraft console, that's not enough of a reason for me personally. But with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from... Well, let's just want to hear from Goatfish Plays, Ground Before. I'm not sure what that's in response to, but no, not Ground Before. Never Ground Before. Anyway, next question comes in from... Dr. Gamer. Oh, this is the first Japan question. Q/A, how was your trip to Japan? So to answer your question, Mr. Dr. Gamer, because he's a doctor of gamer. Because I believe the system in the US is if you get to a certain level, or maybe it's in the UK, I don't know. There's a system of like, there's just an education level where you get to call yourself a doctor. Maybe he's got a doctorate, that's probably what it is actually, in gaming. So the doctor of gaming says, how was my trip to Japan? And to answer, it was amazing. Honestly, there are so many places in the world I assume are just kind of overrated, because whenever people go to Japan, they're like, oh, it was so wonderful, this, that. And I'm like, you know, I'm sure it's going to be like a pretty above average country, but I think Japan is the best place I've ever been on Earth. I really want to go back. I really want to live there for like 2 or 3 weeks, because Japan is just, everything about it, it's wild. I also heard that like there was this weird connection between like Japanese people and British people, and I was like, some British person told themselves that to like understand it, but you know, it felt it was an amazing country for so many reasons. Every single like, you know, hour I spent there, I was blown away by it, and that was while it was 35 degrees and humid. Bear in mind, I can't deal with heat. I was willing to deal with the heat and go out and go on, you know, like 5-mile walks or something to see like crazy stuff, and that is something that should say some good things about Japan. Also, food. 2 thumbs up, everything just, 5 thumbs up to Japan. You know, I don't have 5 thumbs, but I wish I did. You know, let's pretend these are thumbs. Do they look like thumbs from down here? They kind of do. These are my foot thumbs. which, you know, I'm using to play Minecraft right now, which is why I can pick up the controller. There we go. Theory settled, right? Anyway, that said, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Samantha. No extra name there, just Q&A. Instead of having an update for specific biomes, what do you think about a landscape update, adding new biomes, improving world generation, and improving existing biomes? So that's, I think, what Jeb is doing. So even though I like the idea, I would love to see new biomes. I like the idea Jeb's going for, where instead of adding new biomes, because we've got like 50, why not improve all of the existing ones to add more reasons to explore them? Because what reason do you have to go to a savannah? Like, oh, mobs spawn there, it doesn't rain, but that also describes quite a few other biomes. So by making every biome more unique, kind of like how the plains biome, there are reasons to find it. The desert biome has things going on already. You know, what biomes don't have things going on? You know, you could look at the jungle where it's like there's jungle temples and trees and parrots and stuff. You know, that is some reason some people, ocelots might do it for you. So you look at like, okay, the mesa biome, it's colorful. You got to give every biome a distinct reason. Rather than adding new biomes, why not add more reasons to existing ones? So I like the idea of making the desert biome, the jungle biomes, the mesa biomes, the savannah biomes, make them more interesting biomes. So it's like we have a new one because of how new it is, in the same way that oceans in 1.13, wildly different to oceans in 1.12. That's just my take though. I don't know, maybe that's too serious. Is my mic even recording? Hello? I hope so. But with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from Christian Falada. It's not a question, but it was a compliment. So I love the thumbnail stuff for the last 3 videos. Keep up the good work. So yeah, actually this is a brief little moment to announce that I'm going to be doing a lot more different... so okay, for the longest time, I have done most of the editing on this YouTube channel myself. However, I don't like editing so much. I try to do minimalist editing, and although that's wonderful for me, I think it makes videos I like to watch. A lot of people, especially on YouTube these days, like the really fun edits, and there's been some really great ones in this video and stuff like that. So a lot of the videos are actually being sent to the editor. Oh, his name is Legendary Potato, maybe you've heard of him. Maybe you can see a picture of his funny little thing in small somewhere on the screen. But yeah, he's going to be doing a lot of the editing for these videos, and we'll see if that makes the videos more fun and improves quality. Because again, I really want to focus on improving the quality of these videos for a bit, so we're going to give that a little bit of a whirl. So yeah, new editing style, new thumbnail style. Maybe you think it's good. Maybe you don't think it's good. You should think it's good. It's going to be good. It's going to be wonderful. Really looking forward to actually, now I'm back from Japan, like going full speed at making like the best videos we can. And yeah, looking forward to it. You should too. And thank you for the thumbnail compliment. You know, more people should compliment more people. Because, you know how, have you ever had someone like say something nice and it's like, yeah, that made my day? Whereas, especially on the internet, like people think like, you know, negativity is the only emotion we need these days. Not really actually true. Anyway, with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from... Playlist Films, who says, do you think it is sad that console won't get a cave update? Console, oh, some of the consoles won't. The PS4 might, but the other ones won't. It is sad, but it's also going to be kind of fun to go back and see the old caves as a result. So, you know, it's, I think this whole console death thing, it's like sad in its own way, but I think I think it's going to be interesting in a different way. But maybe I'm wrong with that. Maybe I'm just making things up. Anyway, with that said, let's move in to the next question, which comes in from Racing Car Free. Q&A, shall the Minecraft movie fail? And I think it's going to do reasonably successful no matter what. There's going to be some portion of people who, no matter how bad critically panned it is, they're going to watch it. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm one of those people. Even if it is terrible, I'd enjoy it more. I like bad movies a lot. I've said this before. I watched The Commuter on my flight I was just on, you know, from Hong Kong back to the UK, and it is so filled with plot holes and questionable things and this and that, and you get to laugh and be like, really? So they can control everything, but they still need him to do this stuff and kill them? What is all of this, you know? There's a lot of, you know, holes in that movie, but I like bad movies because that, you know, like, it's fun to laugh at a movie rather than have to take it seriously. So, Minecraft movie, if it's bad, it probably won't fail. If it's good, it'll probably do quite well. I think it, honestly, like, kind of like the Angry Birds movie, it's kind of limited by how well or badly it can do. So, will it fail? No. But does that mean it's a good movie? Not necessarily. So with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from... actually, wait. Thomas Tesanos Jr., who gave me tips for Japan, because it says tips, and I just want to read through them. Also tips, no camera or pictures, because they have strict rules. Also no trying to shake people's hands, you bow instead. If you want more, look up tips on YouTube. So the bowing thing, that threw me off actually, but I at the end there, I was like good at bowing. Even the deer in Japan, they bow to you. If you don't believe me, check my Twitter. The deer genuinely bow at you if you bow at them, and that is the most amazing thing about Japan. Also, you can take pictures in Japan. No, I had not a single moment where people told me not to take a picture. Actually, there were signs in like a few imperial palaces and stuff. But don't worry, pictures are allowed in Japan, and bowing is okay. And I guess like shaking hands like depends on the person, really, doesn't it? But don't worry, bowing. I think honestly, okay, wait, small thing here, because Japan, I could talk about it all day. The bowing in Japan thing is actually a much better way of doing it when you really think about it, right? Because you know, like shaking hands. Easy germ contact right there. And honestly, I hate shaking hands because so many times I've shaken hands with someone and then I realized like, oh, my hand isn't like 100% clean. It's like 99%. Do I reference this? Are they going to clean their hand? Do they know my hand's even not clean? Do they feel gross? They think I'm a worse person? This is terrible. Bowing, it's just like, you know, I can't even do it. I'm sat down. But like the non-verbal contact, we should like have a wink system or like a tongue. Just like, we should invent a new way of contact because shaking hands is terrible. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. So, with that said, we've got the next question, which comes in from... Again, we're going to scroll down as we do this. Which comes in from a hard-coded UT. This is Q&A. Why Bone Trouser? Did you run out of outro music? What do you mean did I run out of outro music? It's been Bone Trouser for a really long time. And the reason is I used to have I used to use a lot of Bobby's 8-bit remixes for my outros. However, Nintendo is so strict about every one of their things on YouTube that I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, well, you use 8 seconds of a remix of our music, and therefore all of the video belongs to us. Because they do this for the most ridiculous stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to not use anything Nintendo related. And given that, you know, the guy who made Undertale, I think it's Toby Fox, right? Probably a much better person than that. I feel like Bone Trouser. 1, I like Papyrus, I can't say his name, a lot. And 2, how do you run out of outro music? What does that even mean? So, I don't understand. Anyway, with that said, let's move on to the final question. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's read one more question. We got a Premier League question, but I'm not into the Premier League. We got a question about Space Force. I don't know what about Space Force means, unless like that's like, you know, like an army but in space. Q&A. No, that's about the fan update. We got, okay, let's do this. Q&A. Excited for the new Smash Brothers? If so, which character are you most excited for? I'm not excited, but I'll play it when it comes out. Q&A Saturday. If visitors had artificial intelligence for trading, what do you think? Cool idea. Not a question. What if they had artificial intelligence for trading? It would be interesting. So, final question. There we go. Smurfbite says, Q&A, Toycat, will you also participate and contribute any of your material for upcoming Minecon Earth? Love your channel. Keep up the great work. I don't know if I meant to say if I was, but long story short, there's going to be something at Minecon Earth from me, and it's like, I have no control over if it's even in the show. They're just like, hey, can you make this for us? Because that's a thing in Minecraft we know you like. And I said, sure, I'll send it to you at that point. So, yeah, there'll be like a few minutes off me, maybe a few seconds, a few. I have no clue. They asked something for me. I'll send it to them. And since I'll be streaming Minecon Earth, because I want to hold a Minecon Earth party of all of you, we can see it together. And if we see it together, there's going to be a lot of fun. So, Minecon Earth, maybe featuring Toycat, maybe not. Who knows for sure. That's a good place to end, actually. I hope you all enjoyed today's video thing. Make sure to like it if you did like it, because it helps out the channel up. Let us know you do like these sorts of videos. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel. And if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Do you want to see some Japan stuff? You want to see some Japan stuff. So, okay, first of all, I don't know what I'd like someone to tell me in the comments if you are Asian and or Japanese. So I may have, again, I don't know what the situation on this is, so I'll confirm or deny it in a future time. But when you're given chopsticks, they're yours, right? But when they're nice chopsticks, are they yours too, or do you have to give them back? Is it like stealing a fork, where like, you can steal all the forks you want, no one cares? Or is it like a high quality thing to take chopsticks? Because, I know, I took some chopsticks. Maybe I didn't. Maybe these are my chopsticks, but I figured, like, you know, I really like the chopstick style for certain foods. Like, again, I had to use chopsticks for a whole week and a bit. Is it okay to maybe or maybe not take chopsticks? Let me know. Give me your thoughts on that. I also have Tokyo Banana Kit Kats. And, you know, like, everyone knows Kit Kats come in a billion flavors in Japan. It's the biggest brand of chocolate, according to a sign at the airport, so must be true, right? But I love these ones because, look, it's banana-flavored Kit Kats that are shaped like bananas. Do you see, wait, do you see that? I love that, personally. I also have these things. They're called Cowbeat. I don't know what any of this is, like, but they're sold at, like, every 7-Eleven. And they taste like crisps, but they're made from maybe some more plant, or maybe they are just crisps, but in my head they're not, and they're delightful. And also from the Pokemon Center. So this is just silly stuff, by the way. I've got a lot more stuff downstairs, but just if you want to see some silly stuff, it's I think this is like Kool-Aid, but it's like Pokemon like flavored. So we got Eevee flavored, Pikachu flavored, Lugia flavored, and then one of those like Gen 4 and beyond Pokemon that I don't really care about. So with that said, yeah, Japan was a blast. I love Japan a lot. I want to go back to Japan. I might go back to Japan. If you see me recording videos in Japan, it's because I went back there. And also, if you are an expert on Asian culture, and or you live in Asia right now, is it stealing to take chopsticks? Or is it like taking a fork? Or is it like, yeah, if they give you chopsticks, they're yours to keep? Because what are you going to do? You're going to wash chopsticks? These are made from plastic or wood or something. Is it wood? I guess if it bends, it must be plastic, right? I was scared I'd snap it. But anyway, let me know your thoughts, and if it's stealing, then I didn't do it. That's my official. Oh, whatever. Thank you very much for watching today's video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. This was a disaster. Oh, leave questions down below for next week. Thank you.